Now that we've dialed in our category, it's time to conduct keyword research to figure out which search terms are going to be most popular for our business. We're then going to use these terms to develop our overall strategy. So the first step to keyword research is brainstorming. As it relates to your category, what are the top things users are looking for? So a simple starting place for brainstorming is to look at search suggestions from Google. And you'll get these from going to google.com and conducting a search. So you'll notice as I start to type cupcake into the search box, Google is going to provide me with some suggested searches that are popular. In this case, we have cupcakes and cashmere, which is a website, followed by cupcake recipes, the search term that we already typed in, and cupcakeria. Now, our category is bakery, and whether or not people are going to search for cupcake bakery, entering in the term here might help me see some trends. I'm going to go ahead and type cupcake bakery, and we get cupcake bakery names, and then this interesting result, cupcake bakery near me. And what this tells me is that users are using the term near me, and that's very conversational. It's something we should remember because as we think about keywords and local intent, that near me term might be valuable. Now, just for fun, I'm going to type in local cupcake. Again, not something that someone might be searching, but we're just trying to brainstorm here. Interesting. So the second result I have is local cupcake delivery. Now, that's helpful because later we can look at the search volumes for this particular term. If we offered cupcake delivery, we might want to think about how we can promote that on our website. And if we didn't, we might want to look at how popular it is in our city and decide if it's something that we do want to offer. The next step in brainstorming is thinking of the top questions that customers ask. Maybe for a cupcake bakery, it's, do you have gluten-free cupcakes? I'm going to type gluten-free cupcakes into Google and see what we come up with. So here we can see that people are looking for gluten-free cupcakes with local intent. The first popular term here is gluten-free cupcakes Santa Barbara, which is where I'm at, followed by gluten-free cupcakes Whole Foods, which is a grocery store in Santa Barbara. So if we offered gluten-free cupcakes, we might also want to highlight that depending on how popular that search term is, and we're going to get into how to find the popularity of terms in just a minute. Continue conducting this research until you have a list of about 10 to 15 ideas. Start really broad and then work your way more and more specific. It's okay to have a handful of long-tail keywords such as gluten-free cupcakes Santa Barbara mixed into your ideas. And from here, we're going to want to look at the search volumes and related ideas to figure out which ones are really worth investing in. And to do that, we want to use the Google Keyword Planner. To find it, I'm actually just going to do a search for Google Keyword Planner. So the Google Keyword Planner is part of the AdWords tool. If you have an AdWords account, then you can simply sign in and get to this. If you don't, you're going to have to set up an AdWords account, but you can do so without having to spend any money. So the first thing we want to do to get access to the tool is to sign into AdWords, and I'll select the sign in option here on the screen. So on this screen, we'll log in with our Google AdWords account, or if you need to create an account, you can do so with the link towards the bottom of the screen. I happen to already have an AdWords account, so I'm going to log in. And if it's your first time logging into Google AdWords, they're going to ask you a few questions to get your account set up. Simply answer those as best you can, and in the campaign creation section, you can make a test campaign. The information that you enter there will not impact our use of the tool. Now, once you're logged in, you'll want to go to the Tools section and choose Keyword Planner from the dropdown. What the Keyword Planner does is allows us to input our keyword ideas, and we can get the traffic estimates or search volumes related to those keywords. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose Get Search Volume for a list of keywords from the options in this list, and we're offered the opportunity to enter those keywords. Let's type in what we searched for before. Cupcakes, cupcake bakery, cupcakes Santa Barbara, gluten-free cupcakes, and cupcake delivery. Once you have those entered, choose Get Search Volume. So first, Google's going to categorize this into an ad group, but what I'm interested in is the individual keywords. You can either select the category labeled cupcakes, which is actually our first search term, or we can choose the Keyword Ideas tab just below the graph. I'll choose Keyword Ideas, and we'll see a list of all the keywords that we just entered. Now, the first thing that we want to do is sort these by their average monthly searches, and you'll notice that heading here in the second column. If you click on the word average monthly searches, it will sort it descending. So what we see here is that the keyword cupcakes, when entered into Google, with the targeting that we've indicated on the left, in this case, we haven't changed it. So it's defaulting to the United States, all languages, on Google, and we haven't added any negative keywords. So we know that this is exactly as it appears. So the word cupcakes receives an average monthly search of 135,000. And if you hover over the graph icon next to the amount of searches, you can actually see the trend for each month. And hovering over any of these dates will show you exactly the average amount of searches for that month. Now, cupcakes is obviously a very, very broad term, and it's not something that we're particularly interested in for our local SEO. But we might be interested in this next term, which is gluten-free cupcakes. And that receives over 5,400 monthly searches. And again, we can hover over to see how that trend plays out. Interestingly enough, February is most popular, and I'm guessing it's because of Valentine's Day. Next, we can see Cupcake Delivery, followed by Cupcake Bakery, followed by Cupcakes Santa Barbara. Now, don't get discouraged if the keyword and your local city has a low search volume. It's very specific, and we're going to talk about how to look at local modifiers in a later video. But for now, we're just trying to get a sense of which of these terms seem to be most popular and most relevant. In this case, I'm likely going to say that I want to rank for Cupcake Bakery, Cupcake Delivery, and gluten-free cupcakes if I can. To modify the search, up towards the top of the screen is a Modify Search button. And if I select that, I can go back in and continue adding our keyword ideas. And what I want to do is continue to search until I've found the most popular ideas that I feel are most relevant to my business category. If you had one that had a search volume of 90 versus one that had a search volume of 1,800, the higher search volume is likely the keyword that you're most interested in. But you want to pay attention to things such as broad terms like cupcakes. Because cupcakes is so broad, it's likely going to be very difficult for us to actually rank for. And we'll want to use that with a local modifier. And we're going to get into that in the next video. Continue doing your research until you've whittled it down to your core focus, along with some other related ideas that might make sense for your business.